Yeah. Big light of the weed. We are back.
July 2008, prosecutors dismissed all charges, claiming Ronnie had credibility issues and had allegedly admitted to various financial crimes during his deposition. Ronnie's attorney called it a blatant attempt to eliminate competition in the Houston rap and hip-hop music business through use of threats, intimidation, and violence. But even with that, the case fell apart. Once again, whatever the truth might have been, Jay Prince walked away unscathed. But in Houston's music scene, it would send a clear message: there could only be one king, and testing his authority could carry some serious consequences. Meanwhile, by the late 2000s, Jay Prince had also seemingly perfected the checking in culture in Houston, the same system that Big U used to run LA, where any artist bold or dumb enough to enter Houston without showing proper respect would learn the hard way.
Production in the hood. That's how we do it, young man. Top flight, baby. Yeah. GB running this movie set in the hood. Come on out here. Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it.
Real convenient throwing Big U in that.
Bro, why he even have to this is supposed to be about Houston or some shit, and then he bringing up other people and showing clips of them.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, that's how if Big U had all that going on, imagine with Jay Prince. Come on, bro. Tripping,
bro. Right, type shit.
Check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in, oh well. Check your out. We're gonna check you in, all right.
And perhaps no incident better illustrates his reach than his alleged power play with Jay-Z. During a 2020 Drink Champs interview, Prince flexed about how his network would call him the moment Jay-Z's private jet touched down at Houston's airport, claiming he knew exactly when and where the billionaire rapper was moving throughout the city.
They convinced somebody from priority to go directly to Scarface without communicating with me.
Okay, that doesn't happen.
I mean, that's not the proper way.
Okay, that's not the protocol. Okay.
So the guy, when he got to the airport in Houston, I got calls that he was in the airport, right?
Okay.
I mean, imagine this.
I like that.
I would know shit when you land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's that deep, right?
Yeah.
According to him, Jay-Z checked into a hotel but didn't check in with him, a violation that apparently didn't go unnoticed or unpunished.
A long story short, right? Long story short, he pursued his situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was in a Ritz-Carlton, from what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't go well for him because he didn't do protocol-wise.
Wow.
You know? That's all I want to say about this shit.
Jay-Z would never respond to these claims publicly, which only validated Prince's version of events in the streets. And if the man who went from crack dealer to billionaire had to deal with Prince's system, then nobody was truly untouchable in H-Town. But by February 2023, Prince's tune...
Damn, so Jay Prince was running down on Jay-Z, man?
Oh, man.
Allegedly,
bro, but a lot of alleged stories you hear about this nigga is wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That don't seem far-fetched because you already got to remember, Jay-Z wasn't always as big as what he became, for one. And
right.
Then also, even regardless, though, for two, nigga, when a nigga got pulled in his region, all celebrities gonna be in the same areas anyways. You feel me? And one thing I know for shit show, the nigga Biggs from Rockefeller was staying out here during the early 2000s and shit like that. So, it ain't far-fetched to believe Jay-Z was out here.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
tune had suddenly flipped, and during an episode of $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, he now completely denied the very idea, insisting there was no money in extorting people to check in. On the surface, it looked like Jay Prince was making an innocent pivot, but the timing might be telling a different story, as this interview came just 3 months after Takeoff's tragic death in Houston in November 2022, just when people were pointing fingers directly at Jay Prince and his family for what happened to the Migo rapper on his.
That's a whole.
This is horrible. Missing teeth causes a range of.
Whoa.
That was
No, bro, what the fuck is this commercial, bro? What the hell?
What you crazy,
bro? What the fuck?
Use it everywhere. Hey, my bad, John. God damn.
Bro, commercials. Whoa.
They tweaking, bro.
Insisting there was no money in extorting people to check in. On the surface, it looked like Jay Prince was making an innocent pivot, but the timing might be telling a different story, as this interview came just 3 months after Takeoff's tragic death in Houston in November 2022, just when people were pointing fingers directly at Jay Prince and his family for what happened to the Migo rapper on his home turf.
Jay Prince Jr. walked past him and was like, man, don't ask me nothing, no, because he knew what really happened, and he know Takeoff died on their watch, and he died because of some bullshit that y'all thought y'all could just punk this dude.
However, Prince's attempt at rewriting his past would be quickly challenged, because that same month, he would get called out by none other than Charleston White, a controversial media figure and former gang member who wasn't buying Prince's newfound "I'm just a businessman" persona for a second. Now, the beef between Charleston White and Jay Prince had been simmering since late 2020, when White started running his mouth about Prince's son on social media. On February the 18th, 2023, that long-running beef would explode into something much bigger when Charleston White's scheduled appearance at a Houston youth mentoring event mysteriously got axed. White initially tried to play it off, posting the event flyer and claiming the internet was lying about any cancellation, but then he would suddenly drop the receipts, showing screenshots that Sonia Parker, the organizer of the Parents Against Predators community event, had indeed been told to cancel his involvement in the event. This would prompt White to post a series of videos ranting about just how deep Prince's alleged tentacles reached into Houston, especially with the boys in blue.
Houston Police Department, y'all some mother. I see why Rap a Lot and the rest of these run around this mother. Man, Houston Police, y'all some. The Rap a Lot got y'all scared.
Charleston White would also claim that he'd gotten personal phone calls from both Houston's mayor and representatives from the police department's gang unit, allegedly warning him that they didn't want his presence in the city stirring up trouble.
I bet that flipped his day upside down. Nigga, what?
Hell yeah.
Police say hell no.
Right. Yeah.
You beefing with him? No, we're not fucking with you.
Right, but he's so fast to say they not the mob. They not a mob and all this type of shit.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
the real beef is Jay-Z. He didn't want to leak the info to the shoes about Jay Prince, Suge Knight, Herb Gotti, Master P, starting that distribution company. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why Herb Gotti got the RICO, because of that.
Yeah.
They were trying to break that up.
Trouble with Jay Prince.
Now I'm checking in with the police department. Police department told me, hey man, you got a problem with Mr. James Prince. We don't want no problem. The city of the mayor's office called and said, hey, Mr. Charleston, we hear you got a problem with James Prince. Man, we scared of him. I swear to God, y'all, I just got the call from the Houston's mayor's office and the gang unit police department in Houston, Texas. They are scared of fire to Rap a Lot.
Now, Charleston White is not necessarily the most trustworthy narrator.
Hit that like button, subscribe, my boy Kick up in here, man. Drop them lightning bolts in the chat. W's in the chat, man. Salute.
It meant that Jay Prince had the kind of juice that reached from the hoods of Houston all the way to City Hall. But as it turns out, Prince's reach might not stop at Houston's city limits, because in late 2024, allegations surfaced that would suggest his influence extended far beyond Texas, all the way to one of hip-hop's biggest federal cases in recent memory. I'm of course talking about the diddler, P. Diddy. These claims would come from Big Joe, real name Joseph Sherman, a former security guard who'd spent years watching Diddy's back before finding himself in the crosshairs of the bad boy mogul's legal nightmare. Big Joe had gotten dragged into the mess when a woman called Talia Graves had filed a lawsuit accusing both Diddy and Big Joe of her back in 2001. And as soon as this bombshell dropped, Big Joe would seemingly go into full defense mode, hitting every media outlet that would give him airtime, swearing that he'd never even met this woman and that he was only getting dragged through the mud because he'd once been on Diddy's payroll.
Question her integrity. I'm questioning her claims against me. I wasn't the head of the security. You got the wrong man. I've never seen you. I've never did anything negative with you. I've never been in the same room with you. Not only wasn't I there, I wasn't even in New York.
But it wasn't until October 2024 when Big Joe sat down with Angela Yee on her Way Up show.
Hey, you got me fucked up. Hell no. Chick, no. I was not even in the same city. And that's crazy because that was a bogus case too, bro. It was bogus.
She got him spooked.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he won that case because that was all bogus what she was talking about. She wasn't even in the same. They asked her dad. They was like, "Yeah, do you remember picking her up?" He was like, "No, I'm sure I will remember having to pick my daughter up for some crazy shit like that." But, you know, that's how it goes, man.
Story so wild, it had the internet doing double takes. According to Big Joe, Talia Graves had slid into his DMs with an offer that sounded almost unreal. She allegedly told him that all he needed to do was write a statement against Diddy, similar to what other accusers had done, and she'd make sure that his name stayed out of the lawsuit. But then she allegedly name-dropped the one person in hip-hop you don't casually mention without a reason, Jay Prince.
Not only did she DM me, she tried to guide me through the DMs, if you read them. Right. She tried to explain to me, all I need you to do is write a statement like Bonds did, like other people did. I need you to write a statement and I'll keep you out. I said, keep me out of what? But then she got into the threat. Then she brought up, well, me and Mr. J. Prince will be down there.
She allegedly told Big Joe that both she and the Houston Kingpin would be coming down to see him personally. According to Big Joe, Jay Prince was allegedly the puppet master pulling the strings behind Diddy's avalanche.
I wonder what that means. We both gonna come and see you.
Yeah, we still see you face to face. Look at ass. Come on, man.
Early conversation.
All right. Hell of a movie this is.
Thanks, yeah.
Launch of accusers, claiming that this entire operation traced back to one humiliating night in 2014 when Diddy reportedly slapped Drake at the Live nightclub in Miami after a dispute over the song 0 to 100. According to Big Joe's version of events, Drake never got over that public disrespect. Sure, they made nice for the cameras afterward, but behind closed doors, the Sixth God was a...
That's crazy. Diddy slapped Drake.
All right.
Like, that's just in itself, that's wild, bro. Like,
Take that.
Out here causing ruckus, man. He was
now that's the thing, bro. The reason why it's hard to believe for a lot of us, bro, is because we came up in the Pac era where that nigga was just a bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the bottom line, bro. He was just a bitch. We always looked at him as soft. You know, his name was Puffy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like that's just really what it is.
Yeah, that was the persona. Like speaking, like he was the softest one. No Diddy or pause. Because like it was Big Pac, you know what I'm saying, and they were just saying fuck Diddy, you know what I'm saying, like you a bitch, whatever.
You're right. He's a peon, right?
Yeah. Well, he may have been the one that was behind the strings of all this shit. You
know right.
Freaky ass boy.
Was allegedly plotting revenge with Jay Prince's help.
With this though,
it was brought to my attention later on that Jay Prince, something I don't know about, had a beef with Puffy about slapping Drake, and Drake was calling Jay Prince, going off of him for not taking up for him against Puffy, and I'm like, that's none of my business, honestly. Yeah. After listening and people calling me, explaining to me that Jay Prince's lawyer is the one who put them 100 people together, I think Jay Prince is one of the main culprits behind slandering and trying to destroy Puff's character.
Now, these are just allegations floating online with zero concrete proof backing them up, and both Jay Prince and Drake have kept their mouths shut tight. But if there's even a grain of truth to Big Joe's theory, it would represent the ultimate evolution of Jay Prince's legendary power, using the entire federal court system as his personal weapon against his enemies. In any case, one thing remains clear. Jay Prince's influence has never been about visibility. It's thrived in the background, where real power moves in silence. However, in a new H-Town era, a different kind of voice has been rising that's loud, flamboyant, and impossible to ignore. I'm of course talking about Mr. Drip God himself, Sauce Walka. But whilst this new era is seemingly all about dripping, splashing, and styling,
you never heard Drip or Sauce in ESPN. You never heard Drip or Sauce on NFL. You never heard Drip, Sauce, or Splash, or no football players or any figure of a person being called Sauce or your name Sauce, you've never heard these terms before I came out into the music industry. It never existed.
There's also
The only person that said Sauce before Sauce Walka was J Money, but niggas was not, I don't think it was just worldwide like that. That's the only person that said it. But he ain't do it like Sauce did.
Aside, because it's not only the rappers who are louder and in your face, it's also the violence, which Sauce Walka would recently experience personally as his artist was gunned down in a targeted shooting.
Do you know what's really
that's what I just said, Heartbreak. That's what I just said. J Money was the first person I ever heard, say Sauce. But just nobody did it like Sauce.
His life too. So next, we take a look.
No, Sauce was the first person to say drip. That whole drip shit and the twin and all that. Yeah, that was definitely him.
Look at the dangerous life of Sauce Walka. Sauce Walka, real name Albert Walker Mondane Jr., was born in Houston on June the 29th, 1990. His father, Albert Rage Walker Sr., nowadays known as Papa Sauce, was pursuing a career as a pro wrestler in local productions in Texas.
That's crazy.
We've got ourselves a nice crowd out here tonight. This is Al Ray.
Yeah, he said, I remember when Sauce Walka was going by A-Walk. That's crazy because all he did was just take the A off and put Sauce and Walker. That's
right.
That's crazy. It's damn the same thing, but he just switched it up.
See, back then, everybody thought that Booker T was his daddy.
Against crack.
Yeah.
Everybody used to say Booker T was his daddy back then.
Mm-hmm. And you grew up with them too. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, well, not really grew up, but I went to Till Run when I was in high school and I went to Hightower, and that's when I came across all them niggas in the Mash Mode. Well, I went to Thurgood too. That's really where the Mash Mode started at. That's how I really started hearing about them niggas.
Yeah. What's good, Nami?
And heroin addiction, exposing him from early to a life that no child should experience.
Yeah, my mama crackhead. My mama dead now. My mama was crackhead, but that's how I got initiated. My mama was selling that thing. My mama selling that butt. You hear me? You know what I'm saying?
You ugly, period.
Y'all live like me, man. You ain't never seen your mama suck some money. You can't even compare to the type of brain I got. I see my mama for crack work, boy.
As early as 6 years old, Walker would already record his first song in a studio. By the time he was 14, he began posting videos on YouTube, this being the very same year that the platform was launched.
I recorded my first song in a recording studio with a microphone and headphones on my head with an engineer in 1996. I was 6 years old.
Smash Mode was real beef back then.
Yeah, it was. It got to a real big thing, but it was cuz, nigga, I'm telling you, Mash Mode show up 100 deep. Everybody got on red muscle shirts, terrorizing shit. And that shit, bro, listen, I swear to God, cuz I ain't lying to you. But you know, it was more or less like, nigga, they always organized enough to push the line, bro. You know what I'm saying?
First step into the world of hip-hop, but the streets were calling a young Walker just as loudly as the studio, and by the time he turned 15, the street life he was getting mixed up in would boil over when a rival street gang rolled up to his dad's place, firing over 30 bullets into the house. After this wild attack, Papa Sauce sat down his son and gave him a choice: either stay in the streets or start acting like the obedient son he raised. Sauce Walka chose the streets, where his gang, the 102 Piru Bloods, offered what his fractured family couldn't: a brotherhood and protection. The gang even stepping in when his mother got in trouble.
YM. Shout out to YM.
Situation. The Bloods in my neighborhood had handled the situation for me.
The 102 Pirus are a notable homegrown blood set in Houston who weren't allegedly established by California gangs or OGs coming to Texas, at least not directly. Instead, 102 Piru members mainly came from the Houston clique Mash Mode, which mainly consisted of members who already repped Piru but wanted to make something of their own.
So was Mash Mode came before the Piru?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mash Mode mob stars.
Before the 102. And that's the main important thing. Right. So we wanted to separate ourselves. We wanted to have our own shit. that only we can identify as, you know what I'm saying?
One of the founding members of Mash Mode would later recollect in an interview how Sauce Walka and his close partner, Sancho Saucy, would become part of the crew when they were only about 14 years old.
I started a clique back in the gang called Mash Mode, which in turn bred the likes of a Sauce Walka and the Sancho Sauce. You know what I'm saying? Sancho Sauce. Sancho. Forgive me.
See, that ET. That's ET. So like, yeah, ET was one of the founders. Like, that was one of the niggas from from Thurgood. You know what I'm saying? Then ET kind of like did some time for some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he was gone for a long time. But he like but mostly like you gonna think of like ET or Hop or some shit like that, like some niggas like that. But you know what I'm saying? He ain't lying. Like, Albert was always like, that nigga was always the youngest one. Like that was more popular than a lot of the older niggas that was in Mash Mode, just to keep it real.
Damn. That's what he's saying. He used to hang around with older niggas, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, no, but it ain't all cap, but like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, yeah, he was around.
It's Sancho and my brother, Sauce Twins, but they was a part of my clique, you feel me? And together we was a family. They a little younger than me. I've been knowing them since they was like 13, 14 years old.
And as Sauce Walka himself has told in interviews, 102 Piru would go on to become one of the largest sets of Pirus in Houston.
I first started to take reps to see it during that period of time, like when I was in high school, finna graduate. I was gangbanging real hard, Piru. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, blood?
Yeah, Piru blood. Mash Mode, my clique, we got legendary clicking in Houston, legendary blood set, one of the biggest original blood sets from Houston, 102 Piru, 102 South Park Piru, however you want to say it, Candy Cane Gang.
But while Walka was getting pulled deeper into the streets, he would also maintain his love for poetry and music. And in 2007,
that'd be like the only thing though, bro. Like, all that shit didn't happen in South Park, bro. Like, the Mash Mode wasn't a South Park clique, bro. That was some straight Mo City, Fresno shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, always try to like blur the image of that shit. Like, they always blur it. But I will say that Mash Mode kind of like took the clique shit to a different level, because like it was cliques on other parts of town, but like they did take that shit and spreaded it to areas, you know what I'm saying, just because of how deep they was.
Yeah.
Bro, like, yes, like even like this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, and this ain't no hate to nobody or to South to nobody, but I came out there when I was like 16 or something. These niggas, like, he ain't lying, ET ain't lying, nigga. These niggas like 13 and shit. They went to Lake Olympia Middle School, they went to Hightower. So it's like a lot of that South Park or, you know, all that kind of like nigga, and on the weekends, y'all niggas was 100 deep, jumping 5 or 6 Crips, you know what I'm saying, at any party. So it's like, when was the South Park shit is the only thing that's the only discrepancy to me.
Yeah. Well, why you think he claimed that? You know what I'm saying? South Park is it like a bigger hood in a smaller hood?
Because check this out. Every nigga in Till Run always claim whatever hood that they probably originally came. Nobody wanted to say that they were from Till Run or that they were from the suburb. Like, they didn't want to be looked at like they were from the suburb. But a lot of them niggas even went to elementary out there just to keep it a buck. You get what I'm saying? But always tried to like hang on to wherever they grandmama stay or something, where all they people still stay at type shit. You hear me? But at the end of the day, the house that he's talking about got shot up is a $200,000+ house.
I mean, well, yeah, I mean, his dad had been doing good to be wrestling and doing all that. You know what I'm
saying? No, because there was a lot of people that came over there that, you know, they came from the hood. You know what I'm saying? But like, this was like the nigga haven. You get what I'm saying? Like, this the nigga haven. Like, yeah, these houses cost, but it's, and some of these motherfuckers might be on housing out here. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. But at the end of the day, like I said, that shit still happened in a neighborhood that had $200,000+ houses, and in Houston, $200,000 for a house. These brand new houses, that's kind of good, bro. This ain't like Austin. In Houston, $200K is pretty good.
Hell yeah. He said some of them tried to claim my hood, Hiram Clark.
Yeah, you know, some of them came to Clark, but the Clark had their own cliques already over there. You know what I'm saying? And like, the niggas from the Clark wasn't really like budging for this Mash Mode shit. You see what I'm saying? Because Ben had their own cliques.
Shit, I used to hear about them. Han Clark on them songs. Swisher House songs.
Group called Most Heard, who would build a name for themselves locally, but still remained relatively minor figures in Houston's crowded rap scene. But then, in 2009, everything changed. On July the 22nd, 2009, at the annual Trey Day Festival, a community event honoring Houston's legendary rapper Trey the Truth's charitable work, the event at Texas Southern University was just wrapping up, and as the crowd of thousands began filing out at around 8:30 p.m., an altercation broke out, escalating to bottles flying. At some point, several shots were fired by several unknown suspects, resulting in the wounding of 8 people, some of them as young as 14 years old.
A community rally and concert on the campus of Texas Southern University in Houston ended in bloodshed Wednesday night following a drive-by shooting that police believe was gang-related. The school says 6 people were shot and have been treated for serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Witnesses tell police that one car drove.
Stop dreaming, start booking. Your next trip is just a deal away on Priceline. Priceline.
Sauce Walker's a mad shooter.
Yeah, I was out there. I mean, what it is, what it is. You know. I ain't gonna say too much for that.
God damn, 8 people. Shit.
On a parking lot where a popular Houston rapper was promoting community service and voter registration.
A few weeks after the incident, investigators identified Sauce Walka as one of the several people who opened fire following the Trey Day concert. He would surrender himself to authorities days later and was charged with a serious felony of engaging in organized criminal activity. In total, 6 other men were eventually also charged in relation to that incident, and the legal aftermath would mark a turning point in Sauce Walka's life, as he ultimately pleaded guilty to deadly conduct for pulling his gun out and shooting at members of a rival gang at the event.
For 3 years probation, and I ended up violating the probation, and I had to do shock probation and go to YMAC, ISF. I had to go to all these different programs. Then I went to the penitentiary.
Walka would then be released into a halfway house, but he would end up running away. While on the run, he would meet a woman online from Orange County, California, and by using nothing but his natural swagger, he would convince this woman, who he'd never met in person, to wire $20,000 to his father's Chase account to fund his music dreams.
So long story short, I mean,
W in the chat, Sauce Walker for that. Getting 20 bands off the, you know what I'm saying, in my hand just by
this girl off social media, and I ended up popping my shit and talking to her, and I'm posting pictures, and she was like, Houston is a place that everybody always is interested in on the internet want to come to. So long story short, I ended up, just offering a business proposition. I was young. I wasn't even trying to get as much as I ended up getting. I wasn't even trying to get there, but I was just like on some, I'm trying to rap. I'm trying to be a rapper. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do this clothing line. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I just had a bunch of dreams at the time. I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. And she believed and sent me 20 bands to my daddy Chase account. That's how I started.
This wouldn't be his last hustle, and perhaps not first either, involving women or money. But this time, it would give him the seed capital he needed to start a new rap persona. And so, fresh out of prison, with 20 bands in his account, Walka was ready to rebuild his life. However, he needed to rebrand and transform A-Walk the gangster into something more marketable. The transformation began with a chance encounter at a Houston hotel, where Walka and his friend Sancho were trying to impress a woman who kept bragging about her father's money and status. She would boast about having bread, to which Walka would counter with his usual charisma, saying how the bread was looking a little stale and needed some sauce.
Bread over there, y'all see, that's cool, y'all having money, baby, but one thing about a sandwich, though, what is a sandwich without the flavor, though? What about the mayo, though? What about the sauce, though? Because that bread over there looking a little stale, though, you know what I'm saying? They're like old money. That old money over there looking a little stale, though, baby. You ain't got no flavor on that sandwich over there, though. You ain't got no sauce over there. Yeah. I got some bread over there, but do it taste good? And when I was, my twin looking at me, Sancho looking at me, it was like a big light bulb came out the sky, bing, and she just loved it. Yeah. And the whole conversation changed. She started laughing. Sauce, what you mean? I got sauce.
This conversation would end up sparking the inspiration, and a new identity was born. A-Walk became Sauce Walka. Sancho became Sancho Saucy, and together they were the Sauce Twins.
We the Sauce Twins.
I'm Sauce. Cause I made it. I said Sauce.
That's you. That's
I'm
you.
Sauce. That's what I want my name to be. Man, I'm Sauce. I'm Sauce. And then boom, it just went from there. So I took the Skywalker or the A Walker off my name and became Sauce Walka. You know what I'm saying?
This wasn't just a name change. It was a complete philosophical shift. And while still acknowledging their street ties, they would focus on style, wordplay, and original slang to create something that would be unique in Houston and beyond.
Me and my twin, we just looked at all the shit that Houston was missing. And it was like, okay, when we come out, we know can't nobody say nothing about our past, can't nobody say about how we get the money and what we do or what we've been through. So okay, boom, we got that to the back. But what Houston need, we don't got our own lingo no more. We don't talk like so we gonna come out and talk like us. But we still gonna sound like Texas Houston, but we gonna say shit that only me and you say and make everybody else say what me and you say. You know what I'm saying? And that worked.
This would involve the use of terms like drip, which Walka has even claimed to have invented in the hip-hop context.
Was that, did you come up with that?
Hell yeah, he did. I know I damn sure didn't hear nobody say drip before Sauce. Damn sure wasn't gunning him.
Drip, the Sauce Island.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me and my brother. Me and Sancho Saucy, me, the Sauce twins. Me and my brother Sancho Saucy, and then my brother Saucy Man and Payday. But it started originally with the Sauce twins.
Drip, together with other terms like splash and calling people twin, became ways for Walka and his crew to represent their brand, which was all about being loud and flamboyant.
Splash, splash, look at that. We in my mother bundle dripping. We ain't no mother rappers, you hear me? Yeah.
But there was also substance behind this style, as Walka took his poetry background and applied it to his music, developing a storytelling ability that was almost cinematic in scope. And when he rapped about street life, it didn't sound generic, but rather it was vivid, specific, and often filled with unexpected emotional depth. In 2014, Walka would found the Sauce Factory, or TSF for short, a label which marked his transition from street figure to legitimate businessman, who would create a platform to amplify Houston voices and establish his entrepreneurial.
Said Gunna stole drip from Sauce, but Gunna made it bigger. Yeah, because they was beefing, they was trying to troll him, and they're like, "Fuck it, we gonna try to take your lingo to piss you off." And they definitely made it bigger.
At the end of the day, Atlanta is notorious for taking shit from Houston, bro, and running away with it, bro, and branding it to the world like it's their concept, bro. Like that's just some real shit.
I mean, I think it's what they say: no robbery, no fair exchange, or whatever. Because Sauce, I mean, he ain't taking from them, but the J Money nigga was the first nigga I heard. He from Atlanta. He did the Sauce shit. So they trying to take drip from him.
That shit, like in the context that they talk about dripping and splashing, bro, like that's, I mean, come on, bro. Like, let's keep it real.
Yeah, that was definitely them.
Right.
Entrepreneurial credentials. By 2015, the Sauce was spreading, and a collaboration track with Sosa Man and the Migos would eventually rack up over 3 million views on YouTube. The Sauce Twins and TSF were building momentum and moving from regional sensation towards national recognition. But their growing success would also bring some complications, because as Sauce Walka's profile rose, a regional conflict began brewing with Fort Worth artist GoYayo. This beef ultimately crossing the line from rap rivalry to real-life violence.
Bet you can't get out your car and show it. Since you the mother king of Fort Worth, you such the gangster, I bet you can't get out your own.
Nah, when I got up and saw this on my Instagram, I was like, oh shit.
Right.
Oh shit. Here we go. These niggas is at it. And that's because they showed each other love, bro. They used to rock with each other, man. That's the crazy thing, but you know how this shit go, man. You know how this shit go.
Some personality shit don't mix, bro.
Mm-hmm. That's fact. That's a fact.
Don't call your own city and show it. That's what a real tough like me. I'm tough than.
And he's not lying though. Yayo can't, like, I've never seen Yayo say like, "This is my car." You know what I'm saying? Da, 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 da. I've never seen him do that. But he's most hated out there though. So
play with me in my city. They gonna touch me nowhere in the state of Texas. You ain't never touched me in the state of Texas. You been getting touched on. You want to act like you ain't. Tell the truth, bro. You really get me out of my character. But you know what's up. Yeah. You know what happened. You don't know, but I don't even, hey, man, listen, man.
Despite popular misconception that their feud begun when Yayo started calling himself the King of Texas, the actual catalyst was allegedly far more street level and involved GoYayo flipping a catchphrase from a deceased Houston figure named Kenny Lou, transforming Scoot Up into Push Up.
he bit on it, but that was already tension from a song that I made called Boom God Part 2, and I said something in a song called Push Up, Scoot Up, and that's where that push come from.
This seemingly minor lingo appropriation apparently violated an unwritten code, as Scoot Up Gang represented a real Houston street organization. Houston natives, including associates of Sauce Walka, would reach out to Yayo requesting him to cease using the phrase, but Yayo, who was backed by his murder gang squad, would dismiss these warnings.
I've been saying push up. I've been saying push up. That old song saying push up.
The situation would eventually escalate dramatically when Yayo, along with his homeboys, Murder Gang PB and Brand, rolled into Houston, effectively announcing his presence in enemy territory on social media.
You're the matchmaker.
What are you doing at the singles table?
Dance with me.
The genre of romance.
The situation would soon turn deadly when attackers would open fire on their vehicle.
We just be in charge the whole time. And that shit happened. Even when the shot started firing, I'll be in charge with the nigga Yale. He was like, it was for real. I'm like, what the f? And then he was like, go, bitch, go.
So you were driving?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
He was like, go, bitch, go. And I'm pressing the gas. I'm like, you won't. Get out, no.
Brand would catch a bullet during the ambush and tragically lose his life due to the injuries, while GoYayo would squarely blame Sauce Walka for the deadly setup, believing that he had deliberately lured them into danger with a phone call to get his location right before the shooting.
This the real reason why I don't like Sauce Walka. You know what I'm saying? When my little brother Brandon died, RIP, April 9th, 2020, I'm on the phone with Walka. And he called me and said, where you at? I see you on the south side. Stay there. I'm finna meet you with the drink. You know what I'm saying? I said, I ain't on the south side. He said, where you at? I said, I'm on 45. Nigga, Sauce Walka.
Yet amid all the feuding, Walker's musical evolution was quietly earning respect from hip-hop's highest echelons, with Jay-Z naming his track Ghetto Gospel as one of his favorite songs of 2018 on Tidal. But unfortunately, as Sauce Walka's fame grew, so too did the controversy around him.
He is a bona fide rap sensation with millions of views for his music videos. But investigators say this group, known as the Sauce Factory, is a documented gang.
In 2018, things would go all the way left as the feds began targeting the TSF collective, claiming that they were not a record label, but actually a documented gang that was known for criminal activity and were now being investigated for trafficking. The investigation would hit high gear after a disturbing Thanksgiving incident the previous year, where an underage girl trapped in a North Houston motel made a desperate call for help, claiming she was being forced into at gunpoint.
This deputy testified the investigation started with a Thanksgiving call for help from an underage girl at this motel off the North Freeway.
She said that she was forced and that she was also threatened by a handgun.
When authorities connected the dots, several people with alleged TSF ties were slapped with charges, leading to a full-scale raid on the house, serving as both Sauce Walka's residence and the TSF headquarters.
And Daniela, we've learned tonight from the FBI that more than 200 personnel, tactical teams from all across the state, came in and surrounded the homes of these 14 accused criminals, arresting them at 6 o'clock in the morning.
With his empire under the microscope, Sauce Walka would go into damage control mode, and facing local news cameras, he would completely reject any gang narrative.
Why do police label the Sauce Factory a gang?
Honestly, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just probably a misunderstanding from the videos or something.
Ultimately, Walka himself managed to avoid charges, and in the meanwhile,
that's crazy. He went to the news, boy. The news.
This is my thing, bro. If Walka made it this far, bro, let that nigga keep going, bro. Like point blank period, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, whether you love him or you hate him, bro, like, Walk doing his thing, bro. Let that nigga do his thing.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a total gross $3 million. Wow.
His business empire would continue to expand in surprising directions. When COVID-19 locked down the world in 2020, traditional revenue streams dried up for most artists who relied on touring to bring home the big bucks. But Sauce Walka wasn't like most artists, and he would seemingly use his creative mind to bring his old skills learned in the streets into the new digital age, pivoting into what some may call digital pimping, but was officially known as OF management, and which, unlike the real deal,
Pimp say pimping ain't dead, it just moved to the web.
is in fact completely legal. By his own telling, this move would generate a fortune worth millions through management of multiple models' accounts.
It's true, you made 7 figures off OnlyFans?
Yeah, gross 8, made 7.
Wow.
Yeah, off of 4 years, but not just off of my account, off of owning multiple accounts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, whether these eye-popping numbers actually check out or not, the digital pimping strategy showed Sauce Walka's uncanny ability to spot opportunities where others saw only obstacles.
It was suggested to me by some of the women that was in my life, and then me being a businessman, me understanding numbers, me being a visionary to see, oh, okay, wow, this is an opportunity to where we could turn photography and videos of beautiful women into real estate.
Sauce Walka would also continue grinding hard with his music, collaborating with big-name artists like A$AP Rocky, Bun B, and Travis Scott. But while he had spent years trying to rid himself of the street gangster image, the streets would seemingly never fully release its grip. And on March the 22nd, 2025, things would go left once again, when he and a 27-year-old TSF artist, Say So P, real name Latorian Hunt, were involved in a shooting incident outside a hotel in Memphis. Sauce Walka would end up taking a bullet to the thigh and was hospitalized. But unfortunately, his friend wasn't so lucky, as Say So P would end up losing his life. Memphis police immediately stated that this was no random hit, claiming that Walka and his partner had been targeted. But things would soon get even wilder, because within days of the shooting, one of the alleged shooters, 21-year-old Jaden Dandridge, would turn up dead, but not back in Memphis, but in Houston, Walka's home turf, while a second suspect, 22-year-old Kevin Brown, would seemingly go on a run, facing charges of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and weapons violations. Unsurprisingly, the timing and location of Dandridge's death raised eyebrows, and while TSF have not been linked to the slaying, Sauce Walka would post an interesting series of pictures of him flexing stacks of cash in front of an emergency care center, the post also including the song Hail Mary from Tupac, which is known for its themes of revenge and street justice. The post had fans reading between the lines and theorizing that the street code of eye for an eye seemed to have played out in real time. But whatever the truth may be, this was yet another example of Sauce Walka's existence in the dangerous no man's land that's familiar to many who have tried to go legit while keeping one foot in the streets. Sauce Walka is undoubtedly one of the most charismatic rappers to come out of Houston in recent years.
When Sauce Walka and the Sauce Twins came into the rap game, we completely changed the entire scape of the world with lingo,
whilst also being an undeniably gifted businessman. But whether he'll outrun his past or become another cautionary tale about the Houston streets' unforgiving nature remains to be seen. However, if everything does go right, Sauce Walka might just become the person to lift the Houston rap scene back to the Main Street limelight that it truly deserves.
Hear that.
Well. That was very fast and very. Yeah, I see what you mean when you say that shit was real.
Yeah, he thought spewing a bunch of shit though, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, like it's from this version, a lot of that shit like public shit that people know. You know what I'm saying? But the backhanded shit is him tying everything to other motherfuckers that didn't have nothing to do with Houston. That's the part for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he definitely was throwing them jabs in there. He definitely was throwing them jabs, bro.
Yeah, that shit was really cool because that's just conspiracy is just all in proposing the question. You know what I'm saying? Making a motherfucker have a thought. You know what I'm saying?
Plant the seed of some bullshit, you know.
Plant the seed of some bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. That's how I see that shit. But otherwise, then, like, I think that people still have a big misconception. I think he dropped first of all, he dropped that shit because of all the shit that was going on with Percy, bro. That's why he titled that shit Houston Gangs and shit, because the shit really wasn't about Houston Gangs, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it really wasn't.
Nah, but he dropped that with that title because all the shit been going on with Percy, bro. I guarantee you. So he felt like he'd go do a Houston gang documentary, and that shit wasn't even about gangs. It was all of the shit was shit that everybody already seen before. They put it together, boom. They dropped it. You know what I'm saying? But now there was no exclusive information. If a motherfucker went to that video to really want to learn about Houston gangs or Texas gangs, bro, they wouldn't be no further than a Google search.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because we're gonna go for an hour, so we still got some time. We're gonna react to this. We're gonna react to the Instagram. Shout out everybody that's been following me on Instagram, man. I'm like 100 away, 200 away from 20K followers on Instagram. So salute to everybody, man. I've been getting a lot of love over there. So
Salute King Pill, bro.
Huh?
Salute the motherfucking King Pill, bro.
Yeah, man. Okay, the backstory on this: King Pill is a blood. He's a no jumper, gang member that go up there, and he challenged 4 Extra, which is one of the no jumper hosts, to a fight. 4 Extra was like, "Nah, I don't want to do that," because he feels like he ain't put in enough work. So King Pill goes to his hood and shoots a music video. So we gonna get to this. We're gonna talk about it. King Pill was in the comments, and we're gonna go to the comments because the comments is kind of crazy.
Yeah, nigga, whenever y'all niggas hit Cali, nigga, tap in with the King Pill, nigga. Yeah, I'm gonna get you what you need, nigga. Yeah, hit him in his brain, make his eyes bleed, bitch. Northside Islands.
Whoa, gangland. We outside with this shit, nigga. Where we at? No Fig and what? Shit, I'm 45th. Oh. Fig. They said pinch out the Fig, right? Uh-huh.
You look beautiful. The homie studio said don't respect. So when I catch you,
I'm a chin check.
Chill, folks. Lost, nigga.
Bro,
how you feel about all this, man?
I mean, he put the pressure, bro. Like, bottom line, he putting the pressure. And the thing about it is I love everything he doing because everybody know he doing it in the spirit of fun and content, bro. Like, I think good what he doing is disrespectful, bro. Like, you can't be alive, nigga, because you don't got emotion to laugh, nigga. Like, because at the end of the day, bro, 4 Extra came out with a variant character of someone else, and all the shit that King Pill did was just a power move, bro. Like, it's a power move, and now he trying to steal your identity, like literally. But he actually has more to offer, you know what I'm saying, than 4 Extra as far as being an entertainer, bro. So, I love it.
Yeah, oh no, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact. He doing what it takes to like get the content pushing and to push the narrative. We're gonna get to these comments, bro, because this video has got a lot of views and a bunch of people in the comments, man. Hold on. Say goofy type of timing, niggas too old for this. It say, man, bro, stop posting guns like it ain't illegal in Cali. We can only do that in Texas. That is a fact, man. Bro, you know damn well you're a felon. Why is you on here and you posting a gun? You shouldn't do that. But that let me know he ready to crack. He you know what I'm saying? Anything for the content, man.
The BB gun, that nigga go say it's a prop. This is all entertainment purposes, bro.
Nah, that's a fact. Somebody else said, when do these guys go to work? They never go to work. These guys.
Welcome to work.
Nobody's 9 to 5. Somebody else said, telling the ops and the cops both where to come. It's diabolical time. Got us in diabolical times. That is a fact, man. The internet, but they are on the internet. Somebody put stay in school, kids. Definitely stay in school, kids. Somebody else said, smoker from Pomona, Holt Street. Yeah, a lot of people from Cali tapped in on this post, bro. I was like, what the hell? That's good. What the hell? Prestige said, LA, really like that. A lot of y'all wouldn't make it in these neighborhoods, period. How you feel about that?
I mean, I've been to LA a lot of times, bro. And I've been in a lot of neighborhoods. So I understand it ain't the land, it's the man, bro. So at the end of the day, like, everywhere you go is some neighborhoods that might not be favorable to outside, but motherfuckers always embrace outsiders no matter where you go. Niggas hate the people that's where they from. That's what especially in LA, if you ain't somebody that they know and had beef with, like type shit, nigga, like they don't got no problem with you.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a fact. Media Spill said, I hope it doesn't start no LA gang war. Islanders are in Pomona and 4 Extra in LA. We don't need war this summer. We need fun and good times. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
About that shit, Pomona is like an hour and a half drive from South Central, bro. And So it's not like niggas is fit to hit an hour because the main reason why it take that long is the traffic, bro. So a nigga is not finna get caught in traffic to go ride either which way to, you know what I'm saying, be putting in the work. Now niggas can't catch other people slipping if you know what I'm saying, people catch you slipping. But as far as it being just a big time war, bro, geographically that don't even make sense.
Yeah. And they said their hoods don't even beat like that, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's two different cities. Pomona is its own city, but it's in Los Angeles County. So you see what I'm saying?
Okay, and what do you think about all of this? Is I'm gonna go pee real quick, but what you think about all of this shit starting because Adam 22 wanted them two to fight, and now it's damn near fucking, you know what I'm saying? Now niggas is pulling up in niggas' hood.
Like shit. At the end of the day, Adam just on some what's the nigga name on Django? Mansoor Candy. You know what I'm saying? This is like nigga prize fighting type shit. You know what I'm saying? And Adam got his niggas that he want the prize, like that he want the prize fight. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, these niggas just want to get on. You know what I'm saying? King Pill, he like, fuck it, we'll squabble for the bag, not knowing like even whatever little bag they make, the white boy gonna make the majority of the money anyways. You know what I'm saying? Nigga be really better off organizing their own event and paying for their own event and running these, whatever it's gonna be, hood fades or whatever, celebrity fades, whatever the fuck it's gonna be. They be better off putting their money together and hosting their own event outside of somebody else using, you know, their resources and connections, is because the niggas is gonna get the short end of the stick anyways. And then you got the potential for it to start gang violence in your city between these hoods. So
yeah. So I think Adam 16 made LA dudes look soft. Yeah, they definitely, I mean, you know, anybody that go up there, they be giving it up though. I ain't gonna just put that on LA dudes. Everybody that go up there, they be giving it up. What is that whack? This is the biggest cop on the internet. Hold on. All right, let's get to some more comments real quick. So he's a felon in possession. Cops watching button. Yep. He got on blue though. I mean, that don't matter these days. Let them sort themselves out. Damn, they got 52 likes. They love killing each other so much. What else? Ain't no future in it. In an alternate universe, this is some philosophical bullshit.
Yeah, it is. You should have read that, hoe.
I read it. In an alternate universe, this young man grew up in a 2-parent home in the suburbs with family dinners and involved parents. His father would take him to the zoo and watch nature documentaries with him. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Nah, hell no. I already knew some goofy shit.
No, hell no. Alternate universe, that'd be some real shit. That's good. That's good shit. You feel me? But in the universe that we in, the nigga parents,
yeah,
still had both parents and all that shit. You know, them houses in LA, they damn near $1 million, even in the hood. And so shit, none of that shit really means that.
Yeah, that's a fact. Hey, somebody said, bro, eyes too close together. Bro, eyes too close together.
But it's the part from the part from with the part. Just go back to the part where what I get.
That's fucked up.
Go to that part, bro. I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
He said didn't pull up to the Trey 5.7s though.
Yeah, that's some shit out there in his own city, but I don't, you know, right now, like them niggas from his section ain't finna make him go viral and do what he needed to do, bro. So this is all strategic. It was strategic. Yeah. Showed up at no jumper with no shirt on, no shoes, some baby oil, and a can of peanut butter, bro. It was strategy from the jump.
Hell yeah, strategy. Yeah, he got a purpose. He's trying to get to where he gonna get, and he getting there, man. He definitely getting there. I salute that.
The worst thing is Fro Extra turned it down to fade.
Yeah, but he trying to do it.
Nah, hell no.
You can't be famous off of.
Bro, you not for one.
Yeah.
Bro, for one, he's not a celebrity. His damn self. For two, all you talk about it running fades. So, like for you to get $50 off of a fade is a bonus because all you do is talk about it for free. So now you got this nigga doing extreme shit to get you to fade, nigga, and it's looking real bad on a nigga that. And then Fro Extra come out and say, well, he should have came to jail if he wanted to fight me that bad.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't pick and choose. I thought if you in LA, that culture is if anybody asks you for a fade, you supposed to give them that fade, right?
Right, and so no jumper been getting born, bro. But the thing is, it has the furthest reach to the point where even if it's the last thing you want to click on to watch, you damn near like you go do it because of the reach, bro. Like, and I think
it'd be bullshit going on. So if you like bullshit, that's a place for you to go. You know what I'm saying? People be watching. Yeah. But Brick Baby definitely was a vital thing. But it's been so much bullshit going on, like even with the new shit, with the Brandon, he there now. That's crazy. Suspect got fired and went to jail within a week span of leaving No Jumper, bro. Shit is crazy.
And that's what you call spiraling out.
Spiraling all the way out.
But at the end of the day, bro, like I say, the shit has not been very entertaining. But now it's just messy as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Now they going to jail. What you mean? It's real. It's real now because you never know who going to jail next. Wack could go to jail next. You never know. You just never know, bro.
Oh no, I'd be real shocked when Wack go to jail though.
Yeah, he said, shout out Almighty Suspect. All right, we're gonna get to this yayo and then we're gonna get up out of here. Happy birthday, GoYayo. It was his birthday yesterday.
I remember when you screamed, I hated you. Somehow, because I still love you.
Nigga, this is my motherfucking first birthday home. Nigga, my first birthday without my bro. I'm on my kids. I'm going through it. I'm liable to shoot you in your face. Please leave me alone. I'm not mad at nobody or nothing. I just see you there. Folks on folk will be like I thought on set. And I've been knowing that. But I'm standing on that shit. Watch how I treat y'all on my kids. I'm going to treat y'all like dirt on my kids, nigga. If you with me, you with me. If you feel like you got a question and you listen to this video, you feel like, damn, if he talk about me, then you not my partner, you not my bitch, you not my family. None of that, bro. Because on my mama, if it's love, if you know your ears, you ain't even got to question me, cuz. On the second, you ain't got to question me. I know I'm 100, nigga. I'm the realest. My kids, I ain't showing no flaw. Anybody I slimed that, they deserved it, nigga. If I did it to them, they deserved it, nigga. Each time they did it to me, I deserved it, nigga. Long live Chuck, nigga. My kids suck my dick, die quick. I'm ready to die today on my kids, nigga. I hope the ops catch me on my kids, nigga. You niggas suck. I remember falling.
All right, how you feel about this? You know what I'm saying? He said, I hope he won't the ops catch him on his B-Day.
Yeah, bro. You know what? I don't feel no way about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's how he feel on his birthday, then both power to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the other side of that, though, on the other side of that shit, bro, like, I don't know. I never hear nothing positive come from this nigga. Like, so never hear nothing positive, nothing about, like, nothing like, it's like always choose my side or feel sorry for me or fuck you. I don't know, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I can't feel no way about no negative ass shit, nigga. On my birthday, nigga, like, even if I'm down and I might be fucked up, I'm still not gonna wish for a nigga. On my kids, I would never put it on my kids for a nigga to come take me away. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think he going through it. He going,
yeah.
You know, that's
my kids, man. Nah, fuck that, nigga. Because at the end of the day, you talk about on your kids, cuz like, nigga, that's you got your kids to live for, nigga. No matter what, nigga. What this?
Yeah, that's a fact. A homeboy, fuck all that. I got a kid. I got a son, nigga. I live for him before I'm gonna live for a homeboy.
Yeah, my kids come on, my nigga. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, I do feel some type of way about that shit. Fuck that. That's dumb. That's dumb shit. That's nigga shit.
You definitely got to prioritize shit, my nigga. Like, yeah, I get it, but yeah.
And then Charleston able to come on the internet and say what the fuck he said about these niggas is because they keep giving them the ammunition to talk bad about you niggas.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact, bro. Yeah. It can't be no pity parties, man. You know,
right.
Just, shit is what it is, man. Shit is what it is. We'll do one more. Let's do one more. What else we got? I'm chopping like bad. We'll do this one. This is a good one.
Hair done that she's had with Offset, the same style as her new boo, Stephon Diggs. Is this a violation or is Offset tripping for crashing out?
To each his own, you know.
So
I don't think it's too wrong because, you know, it's Cardi B, you know, she can do what she wants. It's her son at the end of the day.
Right.
I don't see nothing too wrong.
Is it okay for your baby daddy to get finger waves in your daughter's hair the same way his new bitch got it?
I will feel some type of way.
Okay then. See, sometimes you got to put it in perspective where the goddamn women can understand the shit. Okay, if you wouldn't like your goddamn baby daddy to dress your little daughter up to his new bitch and watch your Cardi B, he's dressing up Offset son like her new nigga. It's already bad enough she goddamn left the nigga for a nigga that's gonna cheat on her more. What kind of math is that? I'm gonna leave this nigga for cheating on me. Get the nigga that cheat more. Nigga on the goddamn boat with 3 bitches with a pink substance here nor there. So if it's not cool for your baby daddy to put finger waves in your little girl hair, then it's not cool for Cardi B to put some goddamn motherfucking cornrows in that boy hair trying to look like her side nigga. It's cool when they do it. It's the problem when not do it. Wow.
What's up, Chad? How y'all feel about that, man? What's up? And you think what you think? You agree with
Goddamn, what else more could be said? But that's in the perfect world, bro, because women are delusional than a bitch. You know what I'm saying? But damn, that's the truth.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. I'm big on just, you know, you gotta always see the other side of the coin, you know. So definitely like, hell no. Any female, if you got a daughter and you got a new chick and you're like, yeah, we're gonna get the same hairstyle, nigga, she gonna kill you. She gonna kill you and tell you all kind of what hoe ass niggas you are.
All right. Yeah. Should take it to the internet behind that one.
Yeah, I'll say he did a bunch of bullshit. You create the monsters that they are, bro.
Or you already, man. Or you knew the monster you was dealing with when you dealt with the motherfucker.
Yep. So you gotta tread lightly, bro. Because when it get ugly, that shit get ugly. Have a nigga getting off the internet.
Look at that.
Nigga deleting accounts, getting off the internet. Fuck it. Oh man.
Yeah.
But it don't make her look no better because in the long run, she just gonna look crazy because if them niggas don't wipe her, then she's a flipper.
Yeah.
But at the end of the shit, she probably know that. She doesn't want to be happy right now. Sometimes it be that too. So.
At the same time, too, all this shit being recorded and documented, and years from now, your kids get to go. You know, your great great kids get to hit Cardi B in the bar. You feel me?
Yeah. The Heartbreak Kids had Offset and Diggs and that. I know I saw that. Diabolical, man. But I mean, you know.
Yeah, Hollywood type shit, though, they all in the same circles regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they all in the same circle, bro.
Mm-hmm. Offset have done some wild shit, though.
Of course he did wild shit, but and she can't out wild the shit that he done been able to do, because just as a lady.
Makes her look worse. Yeah, just, you know.
Worse as a lady, but you can't, but she can't out wild this nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is only as wild as she could get, but at the end of the day, she came into the game not as a wholesome woman, cuz.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. So you play with it, you gonna get it. So fuck around and find out.
And she said she'll drug you and take your money.
For real, that she did say it. All right, man. It was good. It was a good show. Appreciate everybody, man, rocking with us.
Yes.
Real talk, man. Shout out H-Town. You know, it was very sporadic, not cohesive at all. You know, the Trap Lord Raw shit, but you know, he getting a bag. You know, so you know, it's what it is, I guess.
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? There they go.
And shout out my boy Ink, you know what I'm saying, pulling up, you know what I'm saying, killing this shit. Like we do, man. Shout out Heartbreak Kid, man. Shout out Nami. Salute.
You know you're not coming right back.
It's in the chat.
Pat, please be careful.
Salute to HBK, man. Everybody that showed love.
Oh, yeah, Lord Jamar is a clown because he went back to Vlad. Lord Jamar is a clown because he went back to Vlad after he's popping all that shit.
Welcome to the land where the just don't stop. Trunks pop, tops drops in the front end hot. Paint flop, screens on at the bed in the song. Yeah, it's on right on, ballin' at my home. Texas Blakes don't hate showing up in the.
This is day 2 of streaming, y'all. I'm trying to get back to it, man. So we're gonna stream for an hour, at least an hour a day, man. So y'all appreciate y'all rocking with us. We're gonna build this shit right back up.
Say, can't wait, get it straight while the front end break. Play the couch, be the boss, looking good when I float. Sunshine, let it down, turn it up and climb. Roll around, hit your block, trunk going on now. Let it up, let it pop, light up the whole block. Southside, how we hold on the gangster.
Oh, snap, man. We got one of the GOATs in this, man. TV2 live, man. Salute, gang. All right, like I said, I've been a fan for a minute, man. Appreciate you rocking with your boys.
Music hitting so hard, knocking outside mode. Hit the highway, cruise control, gon' let it roll. Roll up a drink, fired up and show it when it's close. Home, my side, going up the south side. Give it in this day, I'm coming down, breaking the slab. Songs keep rhyming, times keep dropping down. Tops drop. Songs keep rhyming, times keep dropping down. Tops drop. Now what's a bass time? Cause we know that they feel us. Three wheeler, bow wheeler, acting bad for skrill. Twist a burner, bounce a turner, sitting low on fold. I'm pulling through the lot, slamming doors on buttons, and I'ma slide, slip it and slide. Pop trunk, let it down, show up in my ride. Roll out the red carpet, double by the
in a real way. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Turn your boy up.
Got killer in the club, go after the club. One more time for their mind, I'ma go put it down. Is that boy fat? Yeah, I got
no BBL, man. Shout out to the skinny chicks. No BBL.
Get your laced on the game that comes for free. Bouncing on the track with PAT. Now they see how it be, I'm just a G. Cocked up on 3, blowing on the whole tree. CB in the drop, called it down on board. Right behind him, Mr. Lincoln, my favorite toy. Candy red with the screens, and I'm riding on green. Beamers, triple B, make reality a dream. Sipping lean, sticky green, make the clown the whole scene. Europeans with the grill, making all haters chill. Why show a nigga skills, ripping full grain grill. Running light, shining bright, floating smooth as a kite. Trunk crack, fat pack, bringing out haters' heads. Where they at? Where they at? Before I pull up my gat. Looking good, it's understood, flossing for my hood. Taking pride in my ride like every player should. Drums keep rhyming, times keep dropping down. Drums drop. Tops drop. Drums keep rhyming,
Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We had another good show. This is day 2 of streaming. We're going to be streaming every day, man. I'm going to give y'all at least an hour. And then, we're going to be dropping the content like we drop it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check out the Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. Make sure you go to my boy Ink Effects YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Follow him on Instagram. Salute to the gang. Shout out my boy Stacks. Make sure you check out my boy Stacks through True Music. He's going crazy right now. So shout out to everybody that's rocking with us. Because you could be anywhere else, but you rocking with us, man. So we appreciate it. But you already know.
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast, as well as its hosts, are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show.
Okay. Trey 600, 3600.
Trey 600 with a niggas who run it. Yeah. Trey 600, 3600. Trey 600, 3600.
All right, it's your boy Trey 6. Hey, we got smacked from never mind.
Yeah,
we got smacked,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's
Back
get it,
on
man.
Big building, nigga. Trey 600, nigga, in the building, nigga. Talk to me. I talk back.
Here we got a Trey Hunter 600.